Marketing Edge on TV is Nigeria's leading initiative in the business of brand management and in the management of brand business. It is a 30-minute awesome package that comprises brand news, branding focus, and industry conversation, all in a mix, encompassing thorough and in-depth analysis aimed at promoting the brand idea. My name is Bababumi Agbibi. Welcome to the program.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand idea.
We begin with brand news, where we bring you the latest developments around brands and in the field of marketing and advertising in Nigeria and around the world. The World Federation of Advertisers is shaking up the media world with fresh findings on agency contracts. Teaming up with Ebiquity, WFA warns that complex trading desk, bundled fees, and market data practices are leaving brands in the dark. The study highlights weak spots in audit rights, contract design, and accountability. Experts say clear agreements are the key to trust, fair value, and stronger brand agency relationships. Television advertising is in for a big shakeup as traditional TV is losing ground while streaming takes center stage. A new report from the World Advertising Research Center revealed recently that global spend on linear TV ads will fall 11% to $139 billion by 2026. Audiences are moving to connected TV, with ad spend expected to top $44 billion next year. It said linear TV's share of global media spend has plunged from 41% in 2013 to just 12% today, but it still attracts three-quarters of all TV video ad budgets. Nigeria's advertising industry is preparing for a landmark gathering that promises more than conversations. It is a call to action for collaboration, creativity, and growth. The 2025 National Advertising Conference is set to take place in Abuja from November 12 to 14, bringing together top voices in Nigeria's marketing and advertising industry under the theme Marketing Communications, Transforming Businesses and Creating Growth in Challenging Times. Organizers describe it as more than a talk shop, with Akonte's Director General Dr. Olalekan Fadolapo calling it a platform for tackling pressing industry challenges.
This provides the biggest platform for advertising practitioners in Nigeria to discuss, interrogate the practice and the business of advertising. And we always come up at the end of the conference with more like recommendation to the government, recommendation to the regulator, recommendation to the operators too, because this is more of an interaction, is a discussion on how the business of advertising has thrived.
Planning Committee Chairman Tunji Adeyinka highlighted the vital role of marketing in driving economic growth and consumer value, while other members stressed the need for collaboration, innovation, and fresh ideas to strengthen the industry.
We also go beyond the talk shop, and we have a way of taking some critical issues out of the conference, which we then work on and advise the regulator outside the conference. And any advice that we give to the regulator based on the multi-platform opportunity that we have is advice that the regulator then feeds back into regulation.
The 3-day event will feature fireside chats, panel sessions, a town hall, and a talent debate between Gen Zs and millennials. Next is Branding Focus after this break.
Last year, we saw ideas light up the room. This year, we are doing it again. Get ready for the 2025 Marketing Edge Summit and Edge Awards. And once again, the theme is Excellence Beyond Borders. Come see the small brands take giant leaps at the Marketing Edge Summit and the Edge Awards. The Marketing Edge National Marketing Stakeholder Summit holds virtually on the 25th of September, and the Edge Awards holds on 26 September 2025 at Balmoral Event Hall, Sheraton Hotel, Ikeja. Our lead speakers are Baba Wopetu and Mr. Obi Asika, and gracing the summit as panelists are Mr. Pritesh Siraj, Mrs. Victoria Abiola Ajayi, Mr. Femi Odubemi, and more. Chairman of Edge Awards Night, keynote speaker, His Excellency Governor Biodun Abayomi Oyebanji, Executive Governor, Ekiti State. Marketing Edge Awards, promoting the brand idea.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand idea.
Now Branding Focus. The old playbook between agencies and clients is losing its edge. Industry voices are calling for a new model built on trust, open data, and shared responsibility. They argue it's no longer enough to simply answer briefs. Agencies must step up with proactive, insight-driven solutions. Clients in turn are urged to give room for innovation and embrace long-term thinking. Experts say collaboration works best when agencies do the groundwork first, rather than offering one-size-fits-all ideas. They stress that behind every data set are people, emotions, and stories that shape true engagement. The call is for a cultural shift ending the us versus them mindset that stifles creativity. Instead, partnerships should thrive on curiosity, respect, and strategies that move the industry forward. That was Branding Focus. Next is Industry Conversation, where we discuss with industry thought leaders who have distinguished themselves and have made tremendous impact in their chosen field. My guest today is the Chief Executive Officer, Brand Exchange, Akonte Ekine. Join us after this break.
Last year, we saw ideas light up the room. This year, we are doing it again. Get ready for the 2025 Marketing Edge Summit and Edge Awards. And once again, the theme is Excellence Beyond Borders. Come see the small brands take giant leaps at the Marketing Edge Summit and the Edge Awards. The Marketing Edge National Marketing Stakeholder Summit holds virtually on the 25th of September, and the Edge Awards holds on 26 September 2025 at Balmoral Event Hall, Sheraton Hotel, Ikeja. Our lead speakers are Baba Wopetu and Mr. Obi Asika, and gracing the summit as panelists are Mr. Pritesh Siraj, Mrs. Victoria Abiola Ajayi, Mr. Femi Odubemi, and more. Chairman of Edge Awards Night, keynote speaker, His Excellency Governor Biodun Abayomi Oyebanji, Executive Governor, Ekiti State. Marketing Edge Awards, promoting the brand idea.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand idea.
My guest today on Industry Conversation is Akonte Ekine, the Chief Executive Officer, Brand Exchange. Glad to have you.
Thank you very much.
First, we'd like to congratulate you and your team on the continuing and increasing success of the Consumer Value Awards, and most especially the latest edition of Odinson.
Oh, thanks. It's the consumers, actually. It's not me. The success goes to the consumers. We are just anchoring the process for the consumers.
How would you describe the experience organizing this award for the past 4 years?
Okay, so I think we should start by saying it's a mixed bag. You know, there is a good side, there is the bad side, and there is the ugly side. And everything is probably on the strength of our environment, you know. So we will naturally say that at one point we are struggling, at one point we are stabilizing, and I think at another point we are flying.
How would you describe the trajectory, the growth trajectory of organizing this award?
We have to put that growth trajectory into perspective. The first is that we, from nowhere, something came out of the blue. So we had to give birth to this idea of consumers need to speak, consumers need to be heard, which is basically around the Consumer Protection Act, you know, of the federal government, and then the Consumer International rights that every consumer on the average should have the opportunity to speak and be heard, and to have redress and also contribute to product development amongst many other rights of the consumers. So we started out of nothing, and it was an issue to get people to even believe that something like that can happen, where consumers will come and vote to be able to give credibility or validate the products or services of various companies.
Okay, so you've done this for 3 years. This year is the 4th year.
Yeah.
So what has been your major takeaway for the past 3 years from the award?
I think there is a gap in the marketplace. You know, if you look at the news, local, international, brand owners are speaking to the consumers, always encouraging them to come and patronize them. What feedback at best do they have? Purchase? There should be other form of feedback to the manufacturers and service provider. So one of the things we've seen is that there's a big gap for us in our climb for consumers to be able to get back to the manufacturers and service providers. And it's a huge opportunity in that space for us to be able to reach out to say, look, what service you are providing is not good enough, or it can be better than what we are seeing, and all those things.
I'm sure there was a vision that birthed the Consumer Value Awards. Now, how well has this vision been accomplished for the past 3 years?
Okay, so we are still at the teething stage of the vision, so to speak, because globally you will hear things like Augustus rating banks for their service to some extent, or for their financial status. You will hear the IMF, the financial institutions have been rated on this. So what we are trying to do with our vision is to create a situation where even as simple as Gary that you buy gets validated by consumers' vote through going to the website and making your own comments on it and responding to the general service that you have experienced in the marketplace. So our hope is that, based on the vision, that after 3 years, we will see growth. And one of the things we use to measure our growth is the fact that we started out with brands that were initially nominated were probably, mostly some of them are international brands, reputable by public perception. Yeah. But now we've got some local brand coming into the foray, and then now we've even got into a stage where we say, oh, look at government services, government agencies. And so we've moved into that level where government agencies are also thrown into the segments for recognition as per voting by the general public.
You've talked about voting, casting your votes, going on the website to drop opinions and votes. How would you describe the feedback from people, the response rate?
Okay. In the last 2 editions, we recorded over 10,000 votes on the website. This particular period, in the last 1 month, feedback shows that we've gotten over 7,000 respondents on the website, either VCs and votes. So, and we've seen the activities going on there. You know, so that for us is a plus that we are making progress.
What should people expect at this year's edition of the awards?
It's all about the consumers. So it's basically come and let us talk about how we can do better, how we can improve the marketplace, how we can go beyond just saying, oh, this product. You know, one of the easiest things for us as consumers is to go back to our sitting room and say, I bought a product, it's bad, and leave it at that. And most times, what we do, even to the public, is that product is bad. Nobody comes back to say that product is good. So when we gather together on the 26th of November, what we hope to achieve is that beyond saying that product is bad, let us say these are good products. These products deserve to be commended. Put them on the edge to do better. So we want to celebrate, not criticize or kill brands. We want to uplift brand. We want to open. One of the things we are actually doing for brands is that we are doing them a major favor. You didn't pay us any money. You didn't give us any sponsorship. You didn't give us any facility. But on our own, we are investing our time and resources to ensure that your brand is known. So for every brand that is listed now on the Consumer Values Award platform, is enjoying free publicity. So we're actually helping brands to build awareness. That's one thing we do.
So what should consumer expect at this year's edition, 26th of November? What should they expect to see?
Okay, so it's an exciting moment. One of the biggest surprises is that you will see government agencies in attendance, because primarily, for the first time, we are bringing government agencies into this situation. And we are not the ones that even did it. It's just consumers during nomination stage that nominated some government agencies. And I think the exciting thing is that from what we have seen so far, and it's open to the public, you will see the government agencies that are enjoying the votes. You will see the government agencies that are not even getting the votes. And you will expect that one or two people in government circle will look at it and say, if some percentage of Nigerians are talking about this, then there is something inside it for us. So the excitement for us is that we'll be shouting out good to the good government agencies, and then we'll be telling the ones that are not doing well to say, look, we have to move on. The society has changed. You know, we are evolving, and we are evolving for good. So we are not, I don't want to sound political, but we are not interested in the political conversation, but we are interested in the efficiency of the economy for the good of us. Because I believe, which is the reason for the vision, is that we can be better than where we are. And one of the reasons and ways we can be better than where we are is for every one of us to play that little role. And what's that little role? Just go there and vote and say, oh, this FCCPC, for instance, or National Orientation Agency, for instance, or Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, for instance, or Bureau of Public Complaint Commission or something, you know, that, oh, they are doing well or they are not doing well. So if a government agency invests in research, for instance, that research is likely to have some degree of bias. But if it's an independent initiative, I'm not getting anything from the government for now, and I'm not out in any political party, and every member of my team is not doing anything outside. Look, just vote. Just the same way we came into the studio and we're asking you, have you done your own? It's your almost your civic responsibility to say that you are enjoying good service from the government. It is almost your civic responsibility. And if you do that, you're actually helping the government to realize that, oh, without being biased, you are telling them that you can do better. And I think that all of us want our country to be better.
Let's talk about the award categories, the various categories. For those that have not been on the website, you could just do a list of maybe 2 or 3 categories. But what was the idea behind creating these categories?
Okay, so let me start with the public sector. In the public sector, which is the first time, and I'm excited about the response rates on the public sector. So we have the outstanding government agency in consumer engagement, because every citizen is a consumer. So we are enjoying government services. So we have the most consumer-friendly regulatory agency. Understand? We also have, it's an interesting list. We also have the outstanding list of performance. So one of the things we've done in categorization is to look at the atmosphere and say to ourselves, it's all about the experience. So we are holding on to that experience. Prior to now, we did a governorship advocacy program on the platform to see which governor in Nigeria is conscious of consumer protection. And we found out that It's only Lagos State. And the Lagos State governor was recognized twice back to back as that consumer advocate governor of the year back to back. So we have dropped the idea because we don't want to sound political. We have realized that we can't, there's no consciousness in that state level, so to speak, outside Lagos State, where you have that consumer protection agency and they are doing well. So what we have done is to say, look at the federal agencies. Let's go back to the federal agencies and list them. The aviation sector, the oil and gas sector, the pharmaceutical sector, and see if consumers can put their votes on any of them. I need to also put this to say that it's actually not Mr. Akonte Ekine and his team that put the name of those people. It is the nomination, because we had 1 month of nomination. So we have a long list of nominations of government agencies and private sector brands, and that's how we arrive at this. So,
from your own perspective, what category do you think has been most exciting to brands and consumers, looking at the feedback?
Okay, so on the government, public sector, I would say that outstanding regulatory agency in consumer engagement is the most exciting. As I speak with you, we've recorded over 90% of votes in that place. Outside that, then you have the custard category, you have the non-alcoholic beverage category, we have the mobile phone category, and in fact, there is NCC and NAFDAC or something competing at one point or the other in terms of consumer acceptance of which of them is doing well. So it's a mixed bag, but I think so far, after about 30 days of voting, we can say that we're on the right track for consumers to respond. And why are we even doing this? It's because we feel that we can still reach out to a lot more other people to also take that initiative, because most times people ask themselves that question about what's in it for me? What's in it for every one of us is that we are trying to sanitize the market without necessarily coming out to say we are sanitizing the market. We are playing the role of the regulators by taking the initiative to say, look, if you say this brand is not doing well, what have you done? So if you go to the platform where you have the telecoms category, a lot of people are complaining about some brands. But if you go to that platform, you will see that even the brands that they are complaining about are not doing badly in terms of what people are saying. So the message to every manufacturer or service provider will be, take a look at that site. Can you ensure that you take the feedback? Like last year, UAC called us and said, can we take your data? And they said yes. For nothing, they said yes. Because what we are trying to do is to build credibility for the Consumers Value Awards, first and foremost. Because if we have that credibility that we are sincere, which is one of the things that we said to ourselves, and honest, and we hold our head high above water, I think that at the end of the day, an average consumer will come there and check if this brand is worth celebrating.
Looking at the event day, the format for the events, is this still the same? Has the venue been picked? You've mentioned the date, November 26th. Has the venue been picked? What is the time? What are the major details for people to look out for?
Basically, it's going to happen at the Radisson Blue Hotel. We started out there 4 years ago, and somehow through the sheer grace of God, we are keeping to that same place. We believe that it has that, we are celebrating excellence. So we believe that that brand also represents excellence to a degree. So we are staying at the Radisson Blue on Isaac John on the 26th, and it's starting by 5 p.m. Hopefully.
Okay,
Nigerians will keep to time, because that alone is also for us to gauge our consciousness of time.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the bright idea.
Last year, we saw ideas light up the room. This year, we are doing it again. Get ready for the 2025 Marketing Edge Summit and Edge Awards. And once again, the theme is Excellence Beyond Borders. Come see the small brands take giant leaps at the Marketing Edge Summit and the Edge Awards. The Marketing Edge National Marketing Stakeholder Summit holds virtually on the 25th of September, and the Edge Awards holds on 26 September 2025 at Balmoral Event Hall, Sheraton Hotel, Ikeja. Our lead speakers are Baba Wopetu and Mr. Obi Asika. And gracing the summit as panelists are Mr. Pritesh Raj, Mrs. Victoria Abiola Ajayi, Mr. Femi Odubemi, and more. Chairman of Edge Awards Night, keynote speaker, His Excellency Governor Biodun Abayomi Oyebanji, Executive Governor, Ekiti State. Marketing Edge Awards, promoting the brand idea.
That's the much we can take on the program. Join us again next time for the concluding part of our conversation with Akonte Ekine. My name is Bababumi Agbibi.